Alright guys, welcome back. So over the last few lectures, we've discussed how projects start and progress over time. As a project manager, part of your role is to understand how well your project is progressing. So how you monitor a project will be the subject of this lecture. Once project work begins, project managers usually ask the same questions over and over again. Is everything on time? Is everything under budget? And have we hit our milestones or delivered all the necessary requirements? Back in our lecture on the execution phase of the project, we talked about the importance of setting up systems to track all of this stuff. So project managers shouldn't have to wonder about these answers to these important questions. Instead, they should be checking out dashboards and project management platforms and looking at reports to find what they need. Specifically, project managers will be looking for key performance indicators, or KPIs for short. Now, KPIs should not be confused with project goals. Goals are the things you want to achieve at the end of a project, like delivering a great new app that you've built, but KPIs are the numbers that tell you how well your project is going or has gone. So what are some KPIs that you should look for? Well, some examples. The number of hours you've spent completing tasks could be a very important one. How does it compare to the estimated number? And have you been hitting your milestones or missing them? This data will tell you how efficient you've been and if you're on schedule and if you have a realistic idea of what it's going to take to go forward. Another important one might be the money spent on tasks, especially when compared to the initial budget forecast. How far above or below budget are you for each task and for the entire project? Are you going to need approval to spend more money? It can also help to see what percentage of the project has been completed so far. This helps provide some context for the other KPIs, although it's not something you'd maybe directly track, because it obviously goes forward. You'd use that in conjunction with, say, time or money. For example, if you've spent all of your budgeted money, it's not really a problem if you're 95% done with the project, but it would be cause for alarm if you're only, say, 25% done. By viewing this data about work, time, costs, and overall progress, project managers can get a sense of the current state of things. But looking at numbers and dashboards won't give you the whole picture. What they're helpful for is raising questions that you can then ask in team meetings and in one-on-ones. Regular meetings with the project team could help provide insight into any current challenges the team is facing. For example, you might see that a design task is 50% done on a dashboard, but when you have your meeting, that designer could explain she's been waiting to hear back from another person for approval on a design. As the project manager, you could help teammates deal with challenges and push priorities ahead to ensure the project stays on schedule. In fact, tracking issues is another key responsibility project managers must assume. When problems arise, it's important for project managers to deal with them quickly or risk delaying the project. For example, that designer waiting for approval on a design would certainly represent an issue. She can't move forward without it. So when you identify issues, follow these steps. Number 1, identify the issue. What exactly is the problem? Number 2, evaluate its impact. Just like doing a risk assessment, you have to ask, is this an issue worth dealing with? How would it affect the project? Then number 3 is prioritize the issue. Is this something to deal with immediately, soon, later, or never? Number 4 is deal with the issue. Take whatever steps are necessary to solve or address the problem. Use meetings and additional resources to figure this out if you have to. Then number 5 is continue to track the issue. Don't forget about the issue once you take steps to fix it. Use meetings to revisit these issues and ask, did you actually solve it? Has it improved? Has it gotten worse? Or has the issue just changed in a different way? Skilled project managers will be able to put all of these ideas together, monitoring KPIs and issues to find ways to improve projects in unexpected ways. Let's say you're under budget on a project to rebrand the company, but you're behind on creating new digital assets for your website because your designer left the company unexpectedly. There's not enough time to hire a new employee, but by using the project money you've saved so far, you could hire a freelance designer and get the task done on time. Now, this is why it's so important for project managers to monitor and understand these project variables so they can see the big picture and solve problems intelligently. Now, with each task you finish and each problem you solve, you'll get closer to completing your project, which we'll discuss in the next lecture. See you then.